Welcome back everyone. Today in this video, I'll tell you how you can use Git in your local repository or the GitHub CLI. Local repository is the original copy of the repo stored locally in your local drive where we make changes and then finally we move those changes to the remote repo on GitHub. As we can see, we have many repositories on GitHub that we make for ourselves, but initially we do all sort of that stuff in a local repo. The important topics that I would be taking care of in this would be initialization of Git in a repo, checking status, addition of file, committing changes, then checking the commits, and then reverting back to previous commit that we have made. And not only this, there would be many terminal commands to learn in between, so please watch till the end for some additional detail about the terminal and stay tuned for more video like this in the future. First of all, in order to start, I'll have to open my terminal. So this is my terminal, as you can see. So please stay tuned till the last. I'll tell you how you can configure your terminal like this. Now what I'll do, first of all, I'll make a directory wherein I'll initialize the Git. So first of all, I'll move to my desktop. So right now I'm in the base profile. I'll move to desktop. So in order to move to desktop, I need to change the directory, and in order to change the directory, I'll have to write cd space desktop and then press enter. Now I'm in my desktop, as you can see over here. Now I will make a directory over here. So in order to make a directory, you have to type the command mkdir and the name of the directory. So I'll keep it sample and enter. So did you see, as soon as I press enter, there is a directory created named sample. Now I would be adding some of the files in here, and after that we'll see how we can initialize Git and do other things that I have mentioned. So first of all, I'll create some file inside it, and in order to create file inside this directory, I'll have to change my directory to the directory I have created right now. So I'll change the directory, change directory cd space, and what is the name of my directory? It is sample. I'll press enter. As you can see, now we are in the sample directory. Now I will create some of the files wherein I'll make changes and then I'll add them and then I'll commit changes on it. So the very first thing I'll do, I'll create two files. So for creating file, I'll use the command touch space file1.txt space file2.txt. So you can put the space and you can go on as many as file you want to create, right? So I'm gonna create only two files and then I'll write something on it, and then we can see what all things we can do with the Git. So I'll press enter, and you can see that as soon as I press enter, there are two files created. Now what I will do, I'll write ls in order to see what all files are present there. ls stand for list, so I'll press ls. So you can see that there are two files present. But the thing that you should be paying attention is that we are not able to see the hidden files that are present. Even if I initialize the Git in it, we cannot see the hidden file that is present over here. So for that, what we will do, we'll write ls space -a and we'll press enter. So you can see that there are two more things. So these are the hidden files that I was talking about, but we can't see Git over here. We can't see Git over here because we have not initialized Git in it. So now what I will do, I'll initialize Git. For initializing Git, we have to just write git git init and press enter. Okay, so now the Git is being added in this directory. And let me show. I'll write ls and press enter, and then I can see that there are two files present. But when I'll press ls space -a and enter, then we can see that there is a file present. There is something like .git present over here. So this is what we were about to do. Now we have initialized Git very successfully in this. So first of all, in order to do some changes, I will open file1. Now the file is open, and then I'll write this is the first file created. Okay, and then I will save it and then I will close it. Right, now I will open the other file, file2.txt, and then I will write this is the second file created. I will save this and then I'll close it. Now let me check one by one what I have done. So this is the first text file, this is the first file created, and this is the second. So it is having, this is the second file created. So now what I will do, for checking the status, we have to type Git Status and press enter. Yeah, that's it. So you can see these are the files that we have added right now. See, here it is written nothing added to the commit but untracked file present. Use Git Add To Track. So these are untracked files which cannot be tracked by Git. So if you want these files to be tracked by Git, you'll have to add them to Git. So in order to add, you have to just type git add space the file name. But in this case, if you have only particular file to add, you can write the file name. But in this case, I want to add all the files that are present. If in place of these two files, if I have more than 10, 15, any number of files, then what I can do, I can just type git add space just a dot and then press enter. So what I have done, I have pushed these files to the staging area. So let's check the status once more. Git status, enter. Now you can see that these are the files I have added, but I need to add the commit, right? So I need to add a message with the addition that I have done. If I make any changes, I need to add some message to it. I need to commit it, right? So in this, now I will commit these changes. So in order to commit these changes, what I can do, I can write git commit -m. It stands for message, and you have to write your message in double quotes. So this will be first commit, and then I'll press enter, right? So two files changed, two insertions. So we have inserted these two files in our Git. And one more thing to be taken care of is that we had just added these files, as you can see. Now what we will do, we'll again see status. So what we can see that nothing to commit, working tree is clean, because right now we have not done any of the changes. Okay, now as we are done with our very first commit, congratulations to all. Now we will do some more changes in both of these files, and then we will commit those changes as well, and then we will check the logs that we have made, the number of commits that we have made, and then we will try to come back to our first commit. So let me show, let me not confuse you, let me just show you the process. Now what I will do, I will open again the file 1, and then I will write second line to it. Save this, and then I'll quit this as well. Now as we know, what we can do, we can check the status. See, again we have done some modification to these both files. Now what I will do, I will add this file. So I will do add space dot. Now after adding this file, you know, we need to write a commit message. So I'll write git commit -m, then this is the second commit. I have just written second commit. You can write anything, any relevant message that you have or any relevant change that you have done to the files. Okay, I'll press enter, right? So again we have added this file. So now we will check how many commits we have done. Yeah, you can check that as well. Let me just clear the terminal. So in order to check the number of commits that you have made, you need to check the log of it. So we'll just write git log, press enter. So as you can see, as soon as we hit git log, we can see these are both of the commits that we have done, right? So these both are the commits that we have done. And now let me check the file. Yeah, here both the lines are there, and here also both the lines are here. So what can happen, right? So the thing is, if you're working on a project, you have written some code, and initially in the very first commit it was working really fine. You try to add some detail in the next commit, and when you did that, what you can see that you made some blunder. Or it may also happen that you committed the codes after it was working very fine, then you made some changes and you want to revert back to the second commit that you have made, right? You want to get back to that change. Let me show you. Means what I will do, I am doing a blunder, right? Now we'll save it and I'll quit this, and in this as well, what I will do, I will write I am doing second blunder, right? Now what I did, I made 2 of the blunders. Now when I will check my status, then I can see that I have modified these 2 files. But it may happen that when you modify these files, it may be your coding files or any of the files related to your project, your code stopped working. But when you committed this change in the second commit, it was working really fine. Now what you can do, you can save yourself. Okay, you can save yourself by just going back to the previous commit that you made. Now as we can see that we have done blunders in this file, and we have done second blunder in this file as well. Now I want to revert back to the change when only 2 lines were written, right? So there is a command for that, that is git checkout, and then you have to write the file name. Okay, for the first instance I will write only the name of first file, and then I'll press enter. Now what it has done, updated 1 path from the index. Now I will open the first file. I will open file1.txt. What I can see that the blunder that I committed is no more, right? So what we did, we reverted back to the second commit that we had made successfully. So I can do this for all of the files. For reverting back to the previous commit for all the files, you have to write git checkout space dot and press enter. Now we have updated both the files. So you can see that this is the second file, and herein we found 2 lines. Now we can see that only 2 lines are written in both the files, and the blunder that we made is no more present. So this is how Git is helpful. We can retrieve the previous thing if we have made commit to it. Now if you want to open your terminal like this, as I have done, you have to just open the preferences by pressing command plus comma of your terminal, and then in the general you can select new window with profile of homebrew. That's it. You have to just do this and you'll be able to open your terminal like this. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll be doing many more things like adding the URL to the remote location, and then pushing, pulling, making branches and other stuff from the own terminal. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.